Hello and welcome to the another e-learning session of sterilization. So this is the part 1 of sterilization and disinfection session. So we will just discuss the physical method and the gaseous sterilization in this chapter. So here are the objectives of our today's session. First we will see the definition. So there are different types of definition of different terms. Then factors affecting efficacy of the sterilant. Then dry heat, moist heat, gas sterilization, that will include your ETO, then filtration, and at last the radiations. So first of all, the definition. So the sterilization is a process by which an article, surface or medium is free from all living microorganism, either this organism in a vegetative or in a spore form. While the disinfection means the destruction or the removal of most of the pathogenic organism, but it may or may not destroy the bacterial spores. So this is the main difference between sterilization and disinfection. When in the sterilization, the spores are going to be uh, removed properly, while in disinfection, it may or may not. It is depend on the level of the disinfection. There are three levels: high level, intermediate level, and low level of disinfection. Then the third term is cleaning. Cleaning means it a reduction in pathogenic microbial population to a level at which items are considered as safe without protective layers. Then the factors affecting efficacy of the sterilants. The first and important factor is organism load. As the number of microorganism increases, the contact time of the disinfectant also needs to be increased. Then second is nature of the organism. The organism vary greatly in their resistance to disinfectant and sterilants. So the prions and bacterial spores are more difficult to remove. Then concentration. The agent should be used at their optimal concentration to produce the desired antimicrobial action. Higher concentration may damage the material and lower concentration may be less effective. Then contact time. It is the most crucial factor for a disinfectant to be effective. It refers to the time period a disinfectant is in direct contact with the surface or item to be disinfected. For surface disinfection, this period is framed by the application to the surface until complete drying has occurred. Lower exposure time doesn't achieve effective killing. Then temperature. The activity of the most microorganism, sorry, the activity of the most agent increases as the temperature increases. However, inappropriate higher temperature may degrade the agent. Then local pH. The pH influences the antimicrobial activity. As the increased pH improves the antimicrobial activity of some disinfectants like glutaraldehyde and etc. but decrease the antimicrobial activity of others like phenol. Then organic matter such as pus, serum, blood and stool can interfere with the antimicrobial activity of some disinfectants. And at last, the biofilm. The formation of biofilm is another mechanism which prevents the entry of disinfectant or the sterilant to act on the microorganism which are embedded inside the biofilm. Then the methods of sterilization. The first is dry heat. Second is and most important one is moist heat, that will include your autoclave. Then gas sterilization, that will include your ETO. Then filtration, and at last the radiation. So the heat is mostly of two type. One is dry heat. And the examples of the dry heat sterilization is flaming, incineration, and hot iron. Then the moist heat. Moist heat can be effective on less than 100 degrees Celsius, at 100 degrees Celsius, and more than 100 degrees Celsius. So first we will see the dry heat sterilization. So the dry heat destroys the microorganism by protein denaturation, oxidative damage, and the toxic effect of elevated levels of the electrolytes. So there are three important examples. One is flaming, then incineration, and then the hot air. So we will see the one by one. The first is flaming. So the inoculating loop or wire that will be made up of nichrome, the tip of forceps and the spatulas are held in Bunsen flame till they become the red hot. This is how you are going to reuse this inoculating loop or wire for the streaking or the culture methods. Then second and important one is incineration. Incineration is also a type of dry heat sterilization. The use of incineration is to burn out the contaminated clothes, animal bodies, pathological material, PVC and polythene. But we are not going to use the polystyrene as it will cause the air pollution. And then third is hot air oven. Hot air oven is a most widely used method. The holding period of the hot air oven is 160 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. We can use this hot air oven for glassware, forceps, scissor, scalpel, glass syringe and swab sterilization. We can also use the sterilization of pharmaceutical products like liquid paraffin, dusting powder and fats and grease. For cutting instruments, we can use this hot air oven for 150 degrees Celsius for 2 hours. We have to take some precaution while handling the hot air oven. First is it should not be overloaded because the air is going to be passed between the objects. Glassware should be dry and it must be allowed to cool before the door is open. When you're going to directly open the door, when the materials are going to be heated, like the glasswares, these glasswares are going to be broken if you directly open the door. Then control of the sterilization. That means this will gives you the idea about the efficacy of the sterilization. That this material are going to be sterilized properly or not. Uh, this will be given by or noted by the help of sterilization control. We can use the spores of non-toxigenic strain of Clostridium tetani. Then Bacillus subtilis niger that can be also used for sterilization control and others. Like brown tube turns red to green and sulfur pellets get melted. If this is going to be happen, that means our sterilization cycle is going to be perfect. Then the moist heat sterilization. Here the first is temperature below 100 degrees Celsius and the example is pasteurization. There are two methods. One is Holder method that will be last for 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes and the second is flash method. In that temperature is 72 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 seconds. By this process, all non-sporing pathogens like Mycobacteria, Brucella and Salmonella are destroyed. This method is very useful for the milk pasteurization. And as the exception Coxiella burnetii, it may survive in the Holder's method. And the second is vaccine of non-sporing bacteria like 60 degrees Celsius for 1 hour in special vaccine bath. This is another example of the temperature below 100 degrees Celsius for moisture. The third is serum bath. We can use the serum bath for 56 degrees Celsius for 1 hour in a water bath on several successive days. The fourth is inspissation. For preparing algae media and lobster serum at 80 to 85 degrees Celsius for half an hour for 3 successive days. 3 successful days for removal of all type of bacterial spores. A temperature of 80 degrees Celsius for 5 to 10 minutes destroy the vegetative forms of all bacteria, yeast and molds. Then the tyndallization or the intermittent sterilization. A single exposure of 90 minutes is required, but the media containing sugar and gelatin an exposure of 100 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes on 3 successive days is required. Then the steam under pressure. That is the example is autoclave. This question will be frequently asked in your exam. The principle of the autoclave is when the water is going to be boiled and its vapor pressure equals that of the surrounding atmosphere. When the atmospheric pressure is raised, the boiling temperature is also raised. At the normal pressure, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, but when the pressure inside the closed vessel increase, the temperature at which water boils is also increased. This is how there is a generation of the latent heat. This latent heat is very lethal and it can destroy the microorganism with the help of irreversible coagulation, denaturation of enzyme and structural proteins. Sterilization is carried at temperature between 108 degrees Celsius to 147 degrees Celsius. It is used for sterilization of the dressing material, instruments, laboratory wares, and media. Then also the aqueous solution can be sterilized between 108 degrees Celsius to 126 degrees Celsius. Then the components of the autoclave. Steam sterilizer is a pressure chamber which is consist of cylinder and a lid and also the electric heater. The first component is pressure chamber. It consists of a large cylinder which is made up of gunmetal or stainless steel in which the materials to be sterilized are packed. Then the lid, it bears the discharge tap for the passage of the air and steam. It also having the pressure gauge and a safety valve to remove the excess steam. And the third is electric heater, which is attached to the jacket that heats the water to produce the steam. Then the procedure, the material is to be sterilized are placed inside the cylinder. There are three phases of this process. The first is conditioning phase. After the water boils, the air in the chamber is completely displaced by the steam produced, which is desired set level. The safety valve is open now and the excess steam is escape out. Then second phase is exposure phase, where the holding period is counted from this point of time, which is about 15 minutes. And the exhaust phase, after the holding period of 15 minutes, the electric heater is switched off and the steam sterilizer is allowed to be cooled till it reaches the atmospheric pressure. This is the three simple steps of the procedure. The cycle duration, it varies for 3 to 18 minutes according to the material which we are going to do, which we are going to sterilize. Depends on the sterilization temperature. Most commonly used sterilization condition is 121 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes at pressure of 15 pound per square inch. Then the uses of steam sterilizer or the autoclave. The first and important is all critical and semi-critical items that are heat and moisture resistant. For example, surgical instrument, anesthetic equipment, and dental instruments. And second is for the preparation of the culture media for microbiological laboratories. Then biomedical waste treatment of waste and sharps. This is one of the leading primary treatment for the removal of biomedical waste. Then types of the autoclave. Steam sterilizers are available in various size and dimension. The first is horizontal type, which is a large volume capacity. It is used in CSSD, large size laboratories and biomedical waste treatment. Then second is vertical type, which is a small volume capacity. It is used for small size laboratories. Then the sterilization control. The effectiveness of the sterilization is achieved by steam sterilizer and can be monitored by first is biological indicator, where we are going to use the spores of Geobacillus stereothermophilus. These are the best indicator. The spores are killed in 12 minutes at 121 degrees Celsius. Then second is chemical indicators. We can use the external peg control like autoclave tap. After the sterilization, this color of the tap is turned from cream to brown. Then bovitic test and internal peg control. Third is physical indicator. A digital display on the equipment displaying the temperature, time and pressure will be useful for physically indicate the temperature, time and pressure. Then flash sterilization. Flash sterilization is a modification of the conventional steam sterilization which is designed to be used at emergency or during the unplanned procedure. It involves fast sterilization like in 134 degrees Celsius for 3 to 10 minutes of surgical instrument, which is an unwrapped condition in steam sterilizer which is located close the operation theater. This practice should only be restricted for emergency situation. It is not suitable for porous or cannulated instruments, implants and suction tubing. As the instruments are not going to be packed properly, they remain wet following the sterilization. That's what there is a high risk of the recontamination. So this is another modification of the autoclave. Then this table shows the recommended temperature and duration for the heat sterilization. Here the autoclave will be useful or the using on 121 degrees Celsius, 15 minutes of the duration and the 15 lbs of the pressure, while hot air oven will be useful for 160 degrees Celsius for 120 minutes, 170 degrees Celsius for 60 minutes and 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. As the temperature is going to be increased, the time is decreased. Then gases. There are broad microbicidal action includes the spores, causes the alkylation of the cell component such as cell proteins, DNA and RNA. It is directly attack on the cell proteins, DNA and RNA and it will kill the microorganism. The important and the most frequently asked the question is ethylene oxide, which is a highly penetrating gas which will be useful for in hospital in EO chambers, large equipments and polythene tubing. It will be useful for to sterilize the item that cannot be uh, sterilized in the autoclave. For example, respirator and heart lung machines. The procedure for the same is comprises in a 3 stages. First is preconditioning. At the first, air is removed from the chamber and a vacuum is created. Then the physical condition for sterilization are set in the chamber. Then second is sterilization. The ETO is now allowed to enter the chamber. The 4 essential parameters that will influence the effectiveness of ETO is gas concentration, temperature, relative humidity and exposure time. And at last the degazing phase, where the ETO residues left on the surgical instrument and tubing that may be toxic to the patient and staff. Therefore, extensive aeration of the sterilization material it will be for 8 to 12 hours is necessary to remove residual gas. We can use it for CSSD mostly, and spores. The control will be spores of Bacillus atrophius. We can check the process with the help of spores of Bacillus atrophius. Then another sterilization method is plasma sterilization. Plasma refers to a gaseous state which is consisting of ions, photons, free electrons and free radicals. Plasma sterilizer is a special device which is used to create the plasma state. Vacuum. First the chamber is evacuated to create a vacuum. Then second is chemical sterilant. Next step is injection of the chemical sterilant, the hydrogen peroxide solution from a cassette, which gets vaporized in the sterilization chamber to a concentration of 6 milligram per liter. The H2O2 vapor diffuses through the chamber and exposes all surface of the load of the sterilants. Low temperature is maintained like 37 to 44 degrees Celsius throughout the cycle. Then gas plasma. In the next step, the electrical field is applied to the chamber to create a gas plasma. H2O2 breaks into the free radicals such as hydroxyl and hydroperoxyl, which initiate the microbicidal action. And the last step is excess gas is removed. The byproducts of the cycle are non-toxic and therefore there is no need to addition of the aeration step, which is the advantage of this plasma sterilization over the ETO. cycle duration is of 75 minutes, and the newer version have shorter cycle of 52 minutes and 24 minutes. Sterilization control will be useful as Bacillus stereothermophilus to check the effectiveness of the sterilization. Then the filters. Efficient filter means that having a specific characteristic, like it should retain smallest bacteria like Serratia marcescens. So the diameter of the pore should be 0.75 micrometer or less. The use of this filtration method to obtain a soluble products of bacterial growth such as exotoxin. It will also useful for sterilization of the serum, for preparation of the media, to separate the virus from the bacteria, to measure the size of the virus, and finally the separation of the bacteriophage. Then filters are mostly of two types. One is depth filter and another is membrane filter. Depth filter are retained particles throughout the depth of the filter, which is rather than just on the surface. They are used as drinking water purifiers. They do not achieve sterilization and are not suitable for hospital. While the membrane filters are most widely used in hospital, they retain all particles on the surface that are larger than the pore size. Mostly the bacterial filters have 0.22 micrometer pore size are useful and frequently used. That will remove most of the bacteria and they are allowing the virus to pass through. And viral filters have even the smaller pore size. Membrane filter having two wider application in the hospital setting. One is filtration of the air and another is filtration of the water. The first is filtration of the air. There are three filters we are going to use for the filtration of the air. The first is surgical mask or the respirator. They are the simplest example of filters being used for purification of air. They remove microorganisms based on their pore size. These filters are made up of flat and non-woven fibers. The second is HEPA filters. HEPA means high efficiency particulate air filters, which removes the 99.97% of the particles that have size of 0.3 micrometer or more. This HEPA filters is useful for biosafety cabinets and in operation theaters. Then ULPA filters. ULPA means ultra low particulate penetration of air, which removes the 99.99% of the dust, pollen, mold, bacteria, and any airborne particles with a size of 0.12 micrometer or larger. And at last, the radiation. There are two types of radiation. One is ionizing and another is non-ionizing. Ionizing radiation include the cobalt 60 gamma rays or the electron accelerators. Mostly the mechanism of action to breakage of the DNA. This is how it achieves the sterilization. It is one of the method of cold sterilization because there is a the temperature is very low during the cycle and there is a high penetration power of this. It will be useful for tissue, for transplantation, for pharmaceuticals, medical devices. The second is non-ionizing radiation. The example is infrared or the ultraviolet radiation. It will be useful for heat resistant instruments. And ultraviolet radiation, it will be useful for disinfectants of the entryways, operation theaters, and laboratories. It also destroys the microorganism in air, liquid, and surface. So this is it for all of the session. The very important the part of this lecture is autoclave, hot air oven, and ETO, that is gaseous sterilization. This will be frequently asked in the short note. So we are going to end this session with this beautiful quote, that is, only way to do great work is to love what you do, by the Steve Jobs. Thank you.